In this video, I'm going to help you release emotions. Okay, so we want to release emotions. So hopefully there is a understanding, an awareness that if we want to release emotions, that means that there's emotions that are trapped inside us. Really, the better way to say this is that we are suppressing emotions, we're holding on to emotions, and that's why we want to listen to the language. If we're holding on to emotions, that's why we want to release them. In order for us to let go of those emotions, when we let go of the emotions, there's going to be a release of the emotion. But in order to have a release of an emotion, we must feel that emotion fully. And that's a lot of the problem. The problem is that most people don't really want to feel their emotions. There's a lot of traumas that we've experienced, a lot of what we would consider as negative emotions that we're afraid to feel, that we just can't deal with the uncomfortable feeling, the feeling like this doesn't feel right. I don't want to feel this right now. So we kind of push it down. We suppress it. We suppress it, and that emotion gets pushed down or suppressed, and we're carrying it with us. We're holding it on. We're holding on to this emotion. And that's what makes us feel so tired and exhausted and drained. When you look and you listen to people, what are they saying? I'm so exhausted. I'm so drained. I'm so tired. Because we're doing this. This takes a lot of energy to suppress our emotions, because we're fighting our emotions. Suppressing our emotions, pushing it down, that takes effort. That's like fighting something that naturally just wants to arise within you, to be felt, so it can just be released. So when we want to release our emotions, let's have the awareness that we're actually suppressing our emotions. We're fighting our emotions. We're holding on to our emotions. Right? And this might sound weird because it's like, I'm dealing with anger or I'm dealing with shame. But how come I'm holding? Why would I hold on to shame? Why would I hold on to anger? But when we look, we are. We are holding on to shame. We are holding on to guilt. We are holding on to anger. We're holding on to jealousy, unworthiness, pride, hopelessness, apathy, despair, fear. A lot of these heavy, dense emotions, we're holding on to them. That's what makes us feel like we're weighed down in life. We don't feel light. We feel pretty weighed down. And a lot of us, we until you actually let go of them, you're not aware of actually how weighed down you were until you release it. Until you release the weight, you don't realize how much it was weighing you down. It's kind of like picking up a weight, but then you kind of forget you're holding on to it. And you hold this thing for the whole day. You almost get like used to it. It's until you finally put it down, then wow, my arms, they can rest now. I just let go of that weight. Right? With the emotions that we hold on to, there's a very closeness because we're closed. Right? We're closed. We're closing ourselves off because we don't even want to feel those emotions. So that's why when we have an emotional release, there's an opening. In order to release our emotions, we have to open. We have to open. We have to let go. We have to feel them fully so that they can be released. And a lot of these emotions that are trapped, it's like they're trapped in our subconscious. And when things are trapped in our subconscious, they're also trapped in our body, because the body follows the mind. The mind and the body are one. If I'm having angry thoughts, I'm holding that anger in my body. You can see this with people, their body posture. Shoulders become rounded forward, right? Chest is closed, right? They can't breathe deeply. A lot of people don't understand. They've never actually, when they're a baby, they're breathing. Most people breathing normally. But it's this anger, this resentment, this bitterness that can really close off our chest, our heart chakra. And this is shown in our body language. This is shown in our posture. Tightness of chest, right? Rounding of the shoulders. Reducing our capacity for our breathing. Shortness of breath, right? What do people say? Oh, this person has a heavy heart, right? This heaviness, right? This tightness in your chest. It's a tightness because it's a closure. It's a restriction, right? It's a suppression. We're suppressing, we're restricting, we're fighting these emotions that we just need to simply accept. Acceptance is an openness. When we accept that there's an emotion here that needs to be felt, experienced fully, then the next thing is to simply just allow it. Allow that emotion to be experienced. Allow the emotion to come up. Allow it to arise without judgment. A judgment is a contraction. It's a closeness. Judgment is the opposite of acceptance, right? You're judging it. You're rejecting it. Simply just be with it. Be with the emotion, whatever the emotion is, and simply just allow it. Allow it to arise. Be present with it. Stay with it. Be aware of it and remain as the awareness, like you're watching it, like you're just experiencing it. It's the emotion is happening within you. You're bigger than the emotion. What you actually are is far greater than the emotion. The emotion is just an experience that's coming and going. You as awareness are aware of the emotion that's arising. When the emotion arises, as soon as we start judging it, condemning it, blaming it, adding to the story, fighting with it, we push it down. I don't want to deal with this right now. Push it down. But the truth is it never goes away. We're just suppressing it. And what happens is we become very unconscious of it. This is when it's repressed. It's like we don't even know. We're now unaware of this anger. We're unaware of the shame. We're unaware of the guilt. Whatever the emotion is, when the emotion becomes very repressed, it's repressed deep, 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 deep down into our unconscious. So that's why we have to simply just be present. Be fully aware, fully conscious of the emotion as it arises. Just be present and just let it arise. Because that's the only way for it to come out. The emotion is rising and we're so used to pushing it back down. But where does the emotion want to go? It wants to go up and out. It wants to go up and out. And that's what we want. We want that emotional release, right? That's why you clicked on the video. You want the emotional release. But in order to have that emotional release, we have to accept the emotion. We have to allow the emotion. We have to be present, be with the emotion. Right? No story, no judgment. Just simply be with it and experience it fully. It will pass. It's just an experience. The mind kind of tricks you to think that you're going to feel this way forever. It's going to be up, 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 and out. And you're going to feel a whole lot lighter. You're going to feel this openness. You're going to feel larger, more expanded. You're going to feel more free. You're going to feel less dense. You're going to feel more energy, because holding on to those negative emotions, it's like it costs you a lot of energy. It drains you. This is the verbiage is actually very correct. It drains you. Those negative emotions, they drain you. And fighting with those negative emotions, that's even worse. We're fighting against ourselves. This is a total waste of our energy. So now you see that we're holding on to an emotion, and that's what we're asking. We're saying, well, I want an emotional release. Okay, well then just let go of that emotion. See, we hold on to the shame. We're holding on to anger. We're holding on to guilt. Mentally. And you'll see that when you actually let go of it, then there's a release in the body. Oh, wow, my shoulders, they're more back. Wow, my hips just opened up. Wow, my stomach, it loosened up. My lower back, so much more looser. That's what I'm saying, is it gets stored. That tension is stored in the body. The tension that we experience mentally manifests into the tension that we feel in our body. The dis-ease that we experience in our mind manifests into the dis-ease, the disease in our body. So we're holding on to a lot of these emotions, not really knowing it. But once you start opening up to this idea that maybe you're actually fighting your emotions, and there's a lot of emotions that are arising, like I said, it's not important to name them. We don't need to name them. They usually just feel like kind of like uncomfortable, sometimes anxiousness, sometimes this feels awkward, weird, this feels unnatural. What's actually unnatural, it's natural for the emotions to come and go. This is life. What's unnatural is fighting it. What's unnatural is fighting our emotions. What's unnatural is running away from our emotions. We can't run from our emotions. We pretend to escape our emotions mentally, but there's nowhere you can run. The emotions are within you. How can you run from the emotions? They're within you. So let's try and release some emotions. Let's release an emotion. Following those steps. Following those steps of just stop resisting it, which is the same thing as saying accept it. Because when we stop resisting our emotions, now we can accept that there are some emotions to be felt. And let's just close our eyes and just slow down a little bit. All we're trying to do is just become present. And the more you open up and simply allow and slow down, you'll find yourself tuning into the energy field that's here. If you don't feel it, that means you're too contracted, too closed. So do your best to just simply surrender, let go of all your thoughts about what's going to happen. There's no need to fear. There's no need to create expectations. You don't need anything from the past. Don't bring any judgments into this. Conclusions, assumptions, leave all that. We don't need that. We need to empty ourselves out. We're trying to empty ourselves out to release these emotions. And your natural self is already empty. What's natural is being empty. It's unnatural to be full of emotions, store emotions like we're hoarding them, holding on to them. So simply just slow down and put your awareness on your breath. Put your awareness just on the tip of your nose and watch the breath with your awareness. As awareness, watch the breath. Breathing in and breathing out. And with every out breath, just allow your body to relax deeper and deeper into a more relaxed state. And feel yourself opening more and more, becoming more and more comfortable by simply just opening yourself up. So put all the defenses down. Just put all the mental activity aside. And just simply be in a more loving state, a more receptive state. Where we simply just want to make ourselves feel more like water. And these emotions are just going to flow through us, just like a stream, and we're not resisting them. Don't have any expectation for how long the emotion needs to be felt. If tears come, just let them come. If angry faces come, just let the angry face come. Wherever the discomfort is in the body, simply just be present with it. Just be aware of it. No need to label. No need to name. Just simply be. Just welcome whatever emotion needs to be experienced, needs to be felt. Just welcome it as if you're just going to give it a gigantic hug. We spend so much time running away from our emotions. We need to face our emotions so we can embrace our emotions. And to embrace someone it's like giving them a hug. Your arms are out. And when you're open, you can receive. And you can receive this healing energy the more open you are. You can heal your heart. And you heal your heart by opening it. So put your awareness on your heart now. Don't think about your heart. Just be aware of your heart. No thought. No story. Put your awareness on your heart and just let your body melt deeper and deeper into the stillness that's here. And whatever arises, just be aware of it. Just be with the emotion. Just keep your eyes closed and just relax. The more you relax, the easier it is for the emotion to just flow through. Simply allow it to flow through. Just be like the sky, always clear, free from the clouds, untouched by the clouds. But the emotions are the clouds. And the emotions come and go. And the sky simply allows the clouds to come and go with no discrimination, whether it's a white fluffy cloud or a storm cloud. All clouds are welcome. No resistance, no holding on. Just simply open. Be like the sky. As awareness, you are the sky. Awareness is vast, so spacious, and the emotion is so small compared to awareness. Allow yourself as awareness to expand bigger and bigger. There's so much space for any emotion that wants to arise. Just simply stay here and just connect to this healing energy, this healing presence. And I'm going to stay here with you. I'm going to talk less so we can sit in the silence and the stillness that's going to soothe, nurture, and heal. So simply just stay silent and still and be with whatever arises within you.